I'm making a dead simple spline cutting jig. I'm going to try really hard not to get glue on my table saw. I don't normally use it as a workbench anymore, but I need access to the fence and to the table because it's good and flat. I drew me a center line that I'm using to align these two pieces. Alright, let that dry for a while. I'm going to glue these pieces on to give me some extra width and also to act as zero clearance. And this is the board that's going to ride on the other side of my fence, and this will be the piece that bridges the two between the. Cut this just a hair wider than my fence, maybe a 64th at the most, maybe not even that much, enough that it will slide without any problem. Getting ready to glue these together, and I'm going to shoot some 1 1/4 inch crown staples in for good measure. I made this board slightly taller than my fence, so this piece won't be dragging on the top. And I want to be sure that the spline cutting side drops all the way down to my table. I don't want anything holding it up. All my fittings are leaking. Okay, I'm going to glue the back guide of the jig in place. Glue it and shoot it with some crown staples. Alright, I think that'll do what I need it to. Just let that dry for a while. Getting late, probably gonna pack it up for the day. The spline cutting jig has been drying overnight. I'm gonna get these clamps off and take a look at it here. That's a little bit tight. Probably should have left it sitting on the fence overnight to let the back guide cure, let the glue cure. But I think it'll work. I may have to sand a little bit off of the inside to get it to slide a little more freely. I think it's pinched up a little bit down here. Lining up my fence at the position I need in order to cut splines on this. I've got the position of the spline marked out on here, and I'm using a piece of plywood that's the same thickness as my spline cutting jig, so I can just bring it over to the blade and eyeball it and don't have to deal with measuring and possibly getting something wrong. I sanded the insides of my spline cut jig just a little bit, and it's sliding much easier now. I've got to set the height on my blade. Alright, that looks good. Cuts look nice and clean. They're cutting into the viscous a little bit, but I don't care about that. I'm going to get the splines in before I cut the mortises in here, because the mortises may cut into the splines. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to fall. Now I've got to set up splines in this guy, but I think I'm wrapping up for the day.